we have a sequence here and we want to write a formula for a sub n. We need to decide what we're starting with. Usually we start with A0 or A1. Let's go ahead and start with A1. So this will be A1, A2, A3, A4. We want to find a way to relate 1 to this, 2 to that, 3 to this, 4 to that. Eventually we'll have an a sub n. Well, if you notice in our numerators we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have an n in our numerator. The denominator, we have a 3, 4, 5, and a 6. They're just going up by 1, but instead of starting at 1, we start at 3. So let's try n plus 2 and see if that works. 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5. So that part works. And then we also have that we're alternating sign, negative, positive, negative, positive. So one way to handle that is to write the -1 to some power. Now we have to figure out our power. We can start with -1 to the n, or to the n plus 1, or n minus 1. Let's try to the n first, see if it works. If it doesn't, then do n plus 1 or n minus 1. So if we put in 1, we're going to have -1 to the first power, which is negative. That works. If we put in 2, -1 squared makes it positive. That works. So this will work. So for our answer, we'll put a sub n equals -1 to the n times n over n plus 2. Let's do a similar problem. We want to write this sum in summation notation. So that's with our sigma. Well, let's choose an index. I, J, K, N, M, P, Q. Those are all good letters. Let's go ahead and do a K. What you do have to be careful of is if this maybe ended with an N in the final term, then you could not use that as your index, because that would be up here in your upper limit. And then once we've chosen our index, we need to know where we've started. Well, up here we used A1 as the starting point. Let's go ahead and just start with 1. And we also need our ending point up here. Our last numerator is a 7. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 will be the upper limit. And then we write the formula, which we found up here, except we're using k as our index. So we'll have -1 to the kth power times k over k plus 2.